really is a great way to celebrate the career of the never-seen 17, the man who defined hustle, loyalty, and respect, and instilled in all of us from our childhoods into our adulthood the never give up mantra. And I think that this is quite a remarkable 3-pack made. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe that today we are going to say goodbye to John Cena's in-ring. I don't think I ever would have thought this day would have happened, but I'm glad I've lived long enough to see it. And I can't wait to see what he does next. It says, the champ is here. And you have 3 shots of Cena again in the back. And it says, he's known as the greatest of all time. Ever since John Cena first set foot in the WWE ring on June 27th, 2002 SmackDown to accept Kurt Angle's open challenge with ruthless aggression, he made an immediate impact. Shortly thereafter, Cena changed the game once again as the Doctor of Thugonomics, beginning his trajectory as WWE's most popular superstar. The leader of the C Nation soon became the biggest superstar in WWE history, setting a new standard for what it means to carry the torch as WWE Champion. You can't see him, but his time is now. Man, I would have missed those horns in the theme song. So now that we have seen the back of the packaging, I'm going to see if maybe there's any other details we might have missed on this packaging before we get into opening this bad boy up. Oh, nice. His traditional slogan, hustle, loyalty, and respect. I remember being in elementary school and saying this phrase a lot to people in the playground, or even just, to my friends all the time. And also doing the you can't see me any chance anyone would take a picture of me or whatever as a kid. And yeah, man, what a hell of a way to go, John. Alright, let's get into this. And here we have our very first Cena figure out of the packaging, which is John Cena from 2002. I will say the head sculpt is very, very nice. I haven't seen what the figure looks like without the hat, but so far I'm really liking the attention to detail, and even the fact that, he came with the cloth shorts and cloth jacket, because if I remember correctly, this is actually like when he first started to begin doing the Doctor of Thugonomics thing, before he would switch into the shorts. I believe this is what he started as, and I think this is like the first time we've ever gotten this type of figure of him. We've gotten the debut gear of John Cena as the prototype. We've gotten him in the gear that he wore versus Bray Wyatt in the Firefly Funhouse match, but I think this is the very first time we've ever gotten John Cena like this, and I think that's a treat. I also love that we have this beautiful John Cena Word Live since 2002, the champ background, and it even says on the corners, John Cena approved on both ends, which is neat. And I think this is also really nice because it makes for really nice figure photography if you're looking to do that. And you got 3 figures here you can do that with, but you can also do it with many others, so I count this as an accessory, and it's a great one at that. Before we get into what he looks like without his attire, we're going to go through the 3 figures. This one might be my personal favorite from the set, despite owning this figure. Um, when it basically first came out, the very first version of this, and I remember the head sculpt was very cartoony, and the feet really were terrible to have stand, but this doesn't seem to have that problem. What's great is we also get his signature hands, and I also really like this You Can't See Me Army camo shirt, but my personal achievement is I have never in my lifetime, not Jakks Pacific or Mattel, ever owned a John Cena figure that came with the US spinner. I have always wanted the US spinner. It was one of my favorite designs. I personally, as a kid, I loved the US spinner more than the WWE spinner belt. I don't know what it was about it. It was awesome to me. And how fitting I get one on his last day in the company. Well, last day in the ring. But, yeah. I will say, I wish that they went with a different gene mold, because, as I said, this is a bit of a redo of the first figure of John Cena. I want to say it's one of the original Defining Moments figures of John Cena with the Thugonomics, but yeah, I think that this just looks really cool, and yeah, I look forward to displaying him on my shelf. And here we have John Cena from the 2010s. I want to say this is maybe 2015, 2016 John Cena. This is definitely when he was US champion, I can tell you that. And this is definitely when he was doing the amazing US championship challenges. And what was great about this is when John Cena really started to put on like the best matches of his entire career. Like truly, John Cena's best work came out of this era, truly, because he was going against so many different people, and each one of the matches that he did were absolute bangers. Yeah, this is celebrating that, which I totally understand. At first, I was kind of like, I wish this was a different figure, but no, this figure fits. It's quite an iconic gear. And it's nice to get this figure with modern technology and even the new versions of the shirts that have all the details on them, including a back of the figure. But yeah, now that we have seen the three figures outside of the packaging, we're gonna take a much closer look at each. Okay, so we saw what this figure looks like with his gear on, and we didn't go through this part, but this is the back of the figure. Now let's take off this gear and take a closer look at him. So, wow, what a head sculpt. Right off the bat, taking off that hat exposes a wonderfully made John Cena head sculpt there. Truly something. As you know, with the microphone, take that off. Take that off. Get this off of the figure. There we go. They just slide off with ease. Well, that's quite something. Now coming down from the head sculpt, we have this great build on him. What a great torso choice. But, of course, one of the things that does need to knock some points down is the slight markings already on the figure out of the packaging. That's not fun. However, I'm going to be displaying him with the accessories he comes with, so that's not really going to be much of a problem, but still not fun, especially if you want to display this figure outside. Whoa! Hold on. Tell me this just comes off. Wow. I think that the shirt and coat unfortunately stain the figure. That's pretty disappointing, but again, nevertheless, like I said, I'm just going to keep it on him anyway. So, yeah. But really, like I said, I think that this is a great head sculpt for John. Yeah. Really well made head sculpt. Kicks about that far. He's quite tight when he bend that far. Got it from the side. All the way around. Rotate the shoulders. Head goes all the way around. Ab crunch. Kicking about that far to the side. Again, he's really tight. You can rotate his thigh. And you can bend down his boot. And I think you can rotate. Yeah, you can rotate the boot. That one's just really tight. Yeah, that is the first John Cena in the set. Okay, and here we have the era of John Cena when he was the Doctor of Thugonomics again. As you know, comes with the championship, so I can take that off. Let's take a close look at this first. Really, really nicely detailed. It says John Cena there. Yeah. US flag. See that last one, but yeah, really nice. And let's take a look at this head sculpt. Oh wow, yeah, it is much better, considerably much better than the original head sculpt, which was really, like I said, rather cartoony. This one has more of a pissed off look, and it, yeah, you really capture his likeness in this. Oh, that's a nice shot. That's a really nice shot. Wow. And he comes with the lock chain he used to sport back in the day. And these really nice shirts. Like I said, these shirts are awesome. The non-Velcro shirts, but oh my god, I'm so sorry. The non-Velcro shirts. Nope, never mind, I got it. Yeah. Where's his head? his nice original bands that he started to wear back in this era. The Word Life ones. Before he would, start to make it his thing. There you go. Yeah, it's quite something. I like it. I do. I think that it's a good remake of a previous figure. Now let's get on to the last figure of the set. Before we take off the shirt and such, I wanted to show you guys that this is the printed shirts. However, I think it might be crooked a little bit, but he does have the side logo. However, it is more on this direction when it should be more, well, on the side of his arm. But I do like the t-shirt because it actually is all the eras of him, including this one, on the shirt. Like the actual shirt that had been released of him. Which is really neat. But yeah. And I love that he comes with the rubberized armband instead of the painted ones. That's awesome. But yeah, let's get into him. Okay, so wow. For a 2010 CENA, that's pretty good. It's pretty clean, I'd argue. That's a really nice head sculpt. Yeah. As always, these are the shirts that you need to remove the... Oh my god, that's really on me. Remove the head sculpt. Really well made. In terms of the armbands, really, really nice baby blue color. And I think this might be a new jeans mold for this particular figure. Maybe. I might be wrong. Yeah. This, I can definitely tell you, has been improved upon because I have the original figures that had the shoes and they did not look this good. I believe these were the, believe it or else, guys, I believe these were Kmart exclusive John Cena shoes that at the time they were promoting, and so he used to wear these a lot in the 2010s. A lot. I used to hate them, and it was just because of the fact that I missed all the different versions of Jordans or, sneakers he would wear to the ring. And these literally had like a chokehold for a couple years. But yeah, they're really nicely well made on these, I will say that. Some scuff marks here and there, but yeah. Alright, let's get into the last of this figure's articulation. Quite traditional for an elite. Neck crunch. Side. Forward. Already showed you that. And there's not really much you can do with these though, sadly, but still very nice. And now that we've seen all the figures and their articulation, guys, let's get into the accessories because there are plentiful. Alright, we're not going to be in any particular order with this, but we're just going to show off all of the different accessories. So you got your cloth goods, you can't see me shirt. Again, I did not unfold it, but there you go. Really nice. You got your 2016 CENA blue shirt. Also, again, no Velcro. You have your 2000s Ruthless Aggression era John Cena get up here. This nice shirt. And then you have the also really nice, well-made track pants or track shorts that he used to wear over his gear during this era when he would make his entrance. And again, if I remember correctly, he started doing this when he started doing the Doctor of Thugonomics in the very beginning. I could be wrong because I wasn't really watching during this time because I just wasn't. And yeah, I started really realistically watching wrestling again full time, pretty much. Not full time, but just, you know, really, really into the product from 2005 to now. So yeah. So you got those, right? Then you have the United States Championship, although this is the newer version because of the fact that it has the much cleaner WWE logo, so it's not the 2004 version, it's actually the much later version, the 2010s version. Let's go through these hats. You have this one. Hold on. You have this version. You have the red one. You have the 2010s version. Is that the much later version, the caps that he used to wear? Scratch the logo. Lock and chain. The dog tags. Oh. You have the word life jewelry. I can't think of the word I'm thinking here. But he has that and these two open hands. You've got your you can't see me hand. You've got another Mike holding hand. Two fists. Well, a fist. As you know, you have the signature hands. Oh, I'm sorry, you do have two fists. And yeah, that's really all the accessories, man. But really, when I say all the accessories, still, it's a lot of accessories. And yeah. Anyway, guys, let's take this home. Alright, guys. So today we took a look at the Walmart exclusive John Cena 3-pack. And I will say this, if you're a massive John Cena fan, which I really am, you really should get this pack. It celebrates 3 iconic eras of his career, and it's a great send-off figure for the greatest of all time. I'd also say that the accessories are quite nice, and the cloth good shirts really do stand out. And yeah, I can't wait to display this on my shelf. I also appreciate the fact that it comes with a really nice background. So if you did want to, display this somewhere, you could, well, in fact, do that with this background that they provided. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah. Thank you, John Cena, for 23 incredible years in the ring. And I can't wait to see what you do next. And yeah, this is Blitz saying peace. Take care, guys, and